The hospital is now in need of expansion, and we would like to expand it to a 100-bed hospital. The idea of starting St. Stephen's Hospital, Church of Uganda, Mperere, started with a pastoral letter written in 1987 by the then bishop. And the letter was written to every church, urging every church to try and have a project. And the idea was that the project would in time make the church self-reliant. In 1981, I had led a group which started a health project in Bwalula in Busoga district, in Busoga. So they thought I would be able to lead this project. And then when I was asked to be chair of the project committee, I asked, what project do you want to start? And they said, a health project, a hospital. I tried very hard to dissuade them from a hospital project because I had experience of how difficult it is to develop a hospital. But the community insisted. The more I persuaded them not to, the more they got resolved that they wanted a hospital. And as God had it, I was walking down Last Olukoma Road, and I passed a lady who was very pregnant, who was walking slowly in the hope of getting to a hospital to deliver. When I passed her, I heard a cry behind me, and when I looked, she was lying down under a mango tree, and that there is where we delivered her. And that, to me, was a message from God that indeed a health project was necessary in Mperere.
My name is Christine Ruboga. I am the wife to Professor Ruboga and a representative of the community who started the project and entrusted it on him. I'm a supportive staff.
Clinic was started in a house that belonged to Mr. and Mrs. Bossa, a couple who were members of the congregation. The beginning was very difficult. We did not have money, and many times we did not have drugs. When we got a doctor from Malago, Dr. Sempa, to help us once a week, he indicated that it wasn't useful for him to come if there was no drugs. So every week when he was due to come, I would send Sister Nambi to Kampala. It was later we got a friend from Britain, David Dafte, who was my friend. When he visited and saw the work we were doing, and he went back, and when he was conversing with his neighbor, the neighbor asked, "You have been away, where have you been?" He told him he had been to Uganda, and he told him about this project, this friend and the project he was heading. And that neighbor was called Mr. Crispin Ropp. And Mr. Ropp then agreed to provide $4,000 sterling twice a year to cover drugs and the salaries of the nursing staff. And we are very grateful. we went to Namasole Bagalayaze and told her that we needed land in order to build a hospital. She generously provided 2 acres of land free of charge for the project. And we started making bricks, and when the bricks were ready, we got firewood and fired the bricks. After that, we took the community, the church community, to the site to clear the site, and we were slashing together, and some of the members of the church were cooking porridge for us as we were slashing. And then after that, we started building the first building and constructed it. And when it was completed, we moved from the rented premises and went to our new building. The balance of the money we used to complete the entire building, superstructure, roofed it, but it had no doors, but the maternity bit was well done. And Mr. Ropp then was impressed by the fact that we used the money so well that he provided the money to finish the rest of the building. Mr. Ropp went on to provide us with 2 ambulances. He provided money for us to build the residential quarters, equip the theater, which is now doing very well. He provided money for the dental suite, which is working well. And lastly, he provided money for us to acquire an ultra-modern X-ray machine.
We thank God for such people like the Ropp Trust, because without knowing us, they've never been here, but they heard from their friend. And now the hospital is up and running. We now want to expand it, and we think God is with it. And God is going to help everybody who is going to take part in contributing to the new building.
The hospital is now in need of expansion, and we got plans made for us by a volunteer architect, a member of the Rotary Club of Kololo, and we would like to expand it to a 100-bed hospital, and the buildings are as shown in this video. And we need 16.5 billion shillings to complete this project. It will have the main hospital, 100-bed, and an administration block, which would also carry the laboratory services, and then a residential block for staff. And when this is done, it will be a great addition to the health services of this community and country. And what we are fortunate that we are celebrating 50 years in marriage, and we have committed ourselves to starting the fundraising effort by providing 50 million as a token of thank you to God for keeping us 50 years in marriage. And we are appealing to you, our friends, to join us in raising the 50 million, because that will be a token of gratitude to God for our 50 years in marriage.